All right, Alfredo. Would you rather be trapped on a desert island with a volleyball or a Nazi dog?
Neither. I would rather be trapped on a desert island with Cinema Forecast.
Hey,
This, our movie podcast.
that's right.
We're talking movies.
We are.
Every month we got a category, don't we?
We do.
Each of those categories, they got 4 movies, right?
That's right.
Every week, one movie. Context
Just
of
one.
category.
One movie, one category.
Context of category. My name's Alfredo. With me, as always, is my friend and co-host, Connor.
Hello.
And today we are talking about films within the category that is trapped.
Yeah.
In today's film, Connor, tell him.
Doing Green Room.
Doing Green Room, directed by Jeremy Saulnier, also known for the film Blue Ruin,
Yeah.
which you may
Great
or
movie.
may not be aware of. Pretty sick, cool movie. I love that. You got Blue Ruin, Green Room.
I know. I wish he kind of. That's probably why his next 2 movies aren't as notable because they don't have like a color in the title.
He also did a movie before that called Murder Party, I think.
Yeah. Nobody cares about the non-color coded ones.
Yeah, the guy who plays Gabe in this movie is as you may have noticed, the lead in Blue Ruin.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Mackin Blair, I think is his name. I believe
I
that's
like
his
him.
name. I'm not.
Good
Not sure.
character, good actor.
Yeah, Mackin Blair. Mackin Blair. I don't know. But anyway, that's his name. Yeah, he's good. He's good in this movie. He's also good in Blue Ruin. This movie, what a wild movie. Do you remember the first time you saw it?
Yeah, I think I saw one of my favorite movie YouTube channels, Red Letter Media, talking about it, and they were just hyping it up a lot. And I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And yeah, really good. Every time I see this movie, I'm sweating my balls off because, goddamn, it's an intense thriller.
Yeah, I think I remember watching it, not in theaters, but I think a little bit after it had like come out.
Yeah,
And yeah.
same.
I remember hearing it was like, there's a lot of stuff in like the Pacific Northwest, and then you watch it and you see it, and it's very, yeah, that's definitely like a presence. Like those woods, they look like, woods like that I've seen a million times.
Yeah, which probably adds to the horror for us since it's like it feels like our own backyard in a way.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it is.
It is.
I'm pretty sure it is filmed in the Pacific Northwest as well.
in Oregon, I believe.
In Oregon, yeah, for sure. Because it is supposed to be, and near. I think towards the end they're like closer to like Portland.
Right.
And I think at the beginning they're in Seaside, Oregon. That's what he says. Seaside HCFM or whatever. But
And I think Oregon does have a problem with like skinheads.
yeah, for sure. I think so does Washington. Historically had a lot of I don't know. Well, and in Idaho, of course, there are as well. I think it's like there's just like so much land out here, and
Got nothing to do but
well,
be
no,
racist.
No. It's because you can be isolated.
Yeah,
And you can and that there's a lot of like militias in Oregon as well.
that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, Washington is very different culturally based on where you are in the state.
Absolutely, Seattle, despite the Western Washington being like
What
the,
everyone
like,
talks about, yeah.
Well, I was gonna say the like largest population of people live in
Mhm.
Western Washington. There's so much more land, and
Yeah.
out east, yeah, it's definitely a very different culture, and even like further down south.
Well,
you
even
know?
on the other side of the Puget Sound, further west of Seattle, very different culture out there.
Yeah, on the peninsula for sure, absolutely. I mean, honestly, once you get out of like Seattle, it feels very sort of like conservative, very rural, very like stay off my fucking land type vibe.
Yeah, for a
Like
lot of
these
it, for
places,
sure.
like that they drive by. But let's talk about themes.
Yeah. We got 4, or I got 4. You have some yourself. Number 1, the will to live. 2, indifference of the universe. 3, human ingenuity. And 4, freedom. And I would tack on one of yours, but I'll just let you take it, which is isolation.
Isolation, and this one has more of the like classic claustrophobic isolation than we
Yeah.
see in like Castaway.
Yeah.
I think this one maybe fits the like more of when you think of this sort of category. I think this one like is more what sort of comes to mind, right? Like being like physically trapped in like a like place with walls, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And I think it works well to like highlight that. And I also have survival, and I think we talk a lot about like fight or flight in this.
Mm-hmm.
And what I think is kind of cool in this movie is that this whole like the whole very instinctual survival of the band is juxtaposed against this cold, systemic violence that
Yeah.
is like the fucking like Darcy's gang. Like it
Yeah.
feels very sort of like telling and reflective of like yeah, I don't know, almost like power imbalances in like society, like, and how these like cold machines of violence can work against like populations.
Yeah, and I think on the theme of indifference of the universe, what really stands out to me in this is just how happenstance the circumstances, like they just happen to be at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's one of my themes as well. And I also think like along with that, it is like the sort of like the part that you're thinking when you're watching the movie where you're like, they're bad racist people. Like they shouldn't be able to get away with this, but like they so clearly like just are.
Yeah, in the end feels very messy to me because it's like I don't imagine they just like walk away from this. Well, first of all, the trauma, but second of all, just like the the circumstances. How do you explain everything that happened here?
Yeah, for sure. And that's some of the things that I like a little bit about movies is that like you don't always need to concern yourself with that. Like you
Yeah.
can choose like what to show.
Yeah.
And yeah, but yeah. The other one I thought was the next
Theme.
one I have is the next theme is mortality. And I think this one you see a lot of that. It's very, very visceral, gory deaths, and
Yeah.
it feels like
I did
life is
notice
so like easily snuffed
yes,
out.
the
Like,
the suddenness of the violence often.
Yeah.
But I did notice for how gory of a movie is, they often would not show the actual like inflicting of the wounds.
yeah, like the thing with his arm is wild. I was like, how does it happen exactly? You don't really see it, but you can kind
Yeah, I
of, and
think
like
they're just
the way
slashing at
it's
him, right?
shot, it's never just like an insert shot of like his arm. Like you
Yeah.
just see it like in the scene.
And I forget his name, but like the drummer, when he hops out the window, like
Reese,
he
yeah.
falls out of frame when they're stabbing him. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't actually see that. And then when the dogs are jumping on him, and part of that might just be it's cheaper to not have to show the practical effects of it. Like it's easier and maybe even scarier.
Yeah, I mean, because when they show like Tiger's throat, like that's
Yeah.
fucked. Like
Yeah.
and it's like well done. I think.
Yeah,
like,
it
well
looks really
executed.
good. Yeah.
The next one I have is Metamorphosis, and I think this one with Castaway does have a really awesome like arc
Yeah.
with Pat
Yeah.
being so hesitant to act and not knowing his desert island band, and then like at the end with the face paint, hair buzzed off, and very sort of like much more decisive, right?
Yeah.
And then the last one, yeah, the indifference of the universe, and like I said, with this, I do feel like it highlights the whole like because another thing is there are these broke artists who believe in like the DIY aesthetic, like, and in the interview we'll see how much they really like buy into like this like purity of like art.
Yeah.
And then them being confronted by this sort of like cold and different like just violent machine.
Yeah, they also seem pretty miserable on their tour, which I'm interested, like, if you had any thoughts since you've been on a national tour before, like, what your experience was in terms of just like, oh my God, I'm so over it. I mean, I get the sense that these guys, like, everyone in your band has, like, day jobs. Like, these guys seem like they're all in it for the music. Like, this is all they have, and this is all they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I've met people who are more along this, and I mean, dude, it does suck.
Yeah.
It is a lot of
I mean,
sucking.
even, like, I've
it's
played a lot
very-
of shows, and even that's a pain in the ass. So, like, having to just do that for, like, a month or weeks at a time, like, yeah, brutal.
But yeah, I mean, it's not just that. It's like, sure, you play a show to like an empty room, but it's like miles away from your friends and family, and like you believe in it so much, and you just want to like share it, and like there's no one there, and you plan these things, and like you rely on other people, and you hope that these bands will bring people, and sometimes they all show up for like all their friends show up for them, and then everyone like leaves, and this is like see these patterns over and over again. Yeah, it fucking sucks, but it also is dope. It's like it's a good time, it's fun, and the thing that I think that and again in the interview they really highlight it is that there is 30 minutes every day more or less where we live completely for that moment where you are creating something, and it is just this like ephemeral experience. You can't like capture it, like as much as you can record it or whatever, like it is this intangible, beautiful, fleeting moment that we all share.
Totally.
So I think they do a good job of really sort of showing the balance of like, yeah, I mean, when you're in the van, it's a lot of times too, you're like commiserating. You're not really like, oh man, look at this. This is the greatest thing that could ever happen to us. We're out here on the road.
Yeah, I was just looking for some more enjoyment, but even when they're like, staying at that dude's place and they're like, he's like, I'm going to bed, and like, all right, we're gonna party. Like it felt very just like,
No, they
like
didn't
they're
say we're
not
gonna party. They
excited
said,
about it.
They said we're drinking.
Yeah,
which I mean, it feels
And then,
feels very real.
but
You're
the,
also just like so exhausted.
Yeah.
Like you're not sleeping
the
well.
one moment where I actually felt like they were enjoying themselves is when you see them on the beach with around the fire, like they're smiling and like.
I mean, when they
joking
play at
around.
the restaurant, they look like they're having a good time too.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of the song.
Yeah. No, like the music aside, like the journey, Yeah. But yeah, should we just jump
Yeah,
in?
let's go in. Let's talk about it. I love the way it starts over, completely black screen, but we can hear the radio chatter,
Mm-hmm.
the sound of the running engine. And this is not relatable, but like, yeah, it's
I think
just
the
like,
engine's dead, right? Because they're not dead, but they're out of gas.
yeah, but you do hear like a sort of like,
Okay.
like a sort of like like some sort of like running car,
Right. Maybe the
or
heat because the
something.
battery hadn't died yet.
Yeah, but like you can hear it before you like see the image.
Right.
And we see that the van ran through the cornfield.
He
The
just
guy,
fell
yeah,
asleep.
he fell asleep. And like I say, it's not relatable, but like, man, yeah, driving really late. Because what ends up happening, at least with us a lot, is we do end up driving pretty late into the night, even through some nights.
Right.
And I mean, I remember driving up from somebody had to work the next day, so we're driving up from San Francisco, and I remember it was like somebody had finished driving for like I don't know how many hours, and they're like, I can't stay up, and I had been like sort of like napping, so then I went up and driving like with the sun fucking coming up. Yeah, and then like also what we would just do is like pull over and just like sleep on the side of the road
Right.
all the time, driving in fucking gas station parking lots.
Right.
That's super fun.
Hopefully didn't have to siphon any gas.
No, I think we're too proud to siphon gas, probably.
Yeah, I love. I had forgotten how that detail played into the movie, and
Yeah.
I just love how much is set up. Like so many small little details, both about the characters and just like different themes and things like that, that just keep getting interwoven into the main narrative.
And so they see that there's a skate ring nearby, right? They're gonna skate rink nearby. I love the question of what kind of skate rink it is, because hockey players kick more ass. That was funny.
Oh, I missed that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and then Tiger says, "I've seen some pretty badass rollerbladers."
That's great.
And
Yeah,
the-
just a great tone. I love the characterization.
Yeah.
It has like a very dry humor feel to like everything going on. Even when shit's getting really dark, there's a little bit of dark humor sprinkled in.
Yeah, absolutely. I also had forgotten that Joe Cole from Peaky Blinders is in this movie,
Right.
and I had forgotten that Alia Shawkat is the like guitarist too.
Right.
It was sick. And it's also very cool because they all, Anton Yelchin actually knew how to play the bass. Alia Shawkat already knew how to play the guitar.
Oh, that's awesome.
Joe Cole
Yeah.
learned how to play the drums
because it
for
looked like
this
it. Yeah.
for this movie. They recorded it and then like mimed the performances or whatever. But
I wonder. It's probably in the credits somewhere who wrote the music for them.
yeah,
It's interesting.
also Jeremy Saulnier was in a band like
Oh, cool.
when he was like younger. So later on when we see like the scene of them in the Mexican restaurant that's like based off of like an actual experience he had.
Right. Yeah, I've definitely played in some pretty shitty spots where it's like, what? This is not a venue. This is a corner of a restaurant. But yeah, they siphon gas.
The shot of them riding the bike together is really cute
Yeah.
too. I love
A
that.
lot of great cinematography. and
Cinematography is awesome. Oh,
shots.
I should say, I always like to shout out our guys at the
Yeah.
very beginning. For the composers, we got Brooke and Will Blair. And for the cinematographer, Sean Porter. It was important to Jeremy Saulnier to have a cinematographer that wasn't trying to execute their own specific vision, but was more of a collaborative, like, I want to translate your vision onto the screen.
Cool.
Yeah. There's some cool ideas too, like some really cool things that they do that I didn't really notice until I read about it later. But for example, the use of close-ups is really important in this film because it determines the like sort of us versus them, because the band members all get like close-ups, and then Amber doesn't get a close-up until like later on in the movie.
What a good character Amber is.
It's also one of those Imogen Poots. I had forgotten that she's in this movie too.
Yeah.
Also, probably an actor with one of the greatest names to say
Yeah.
ever. Definitely didn't forget that Patrick Stewart was in this.
What
though.
a legend. He's
Yeah.
so good in this. I love his character too. I
Yeah.
mean, just great character writing in general. Like all the characters feel really fleshed out and real and strong and quirky.
Yeah, for sure. They siphon the gas. They're able to get out of the cornfield. There's this beautiful, moody montage of all of these like
Mhm.
shots around the van,
Yeah.
playing with the depth of field, like him opening the window, like
Yeah.
her hair, sort of like the light coming through it.
Yeah. A lot of great overhead shots. I think they're going down like a coastal road here.
Beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
And then we see the guy texting. I have a,
I have a
think,
mohawk.
Yeah, but he like misspells mohawk,
Oh,
and
I missed that. That's
this
great.
is so good. Yeah, but so Tad's being a homie. Tad's being a homie, and he's letting the band crash with him.
Yeah, they go to the apartment. One of them goes to sleep, the other's party. I love this cut here from he starts the record and then it's just like hard cut to morning and it's the end of the record.
Yeah, it's
and
really
it's just
good.
skipping. I
Yeah,
love that.
really well done. We do hear like Tiger say this. We see PBR cans, of course, in the kitchen.
Of course.
You hear Tiger say this dude's legit. This is before Pat goes to bed. But you can tell that Reese is kind of like seems to be maybe the most jaded one. Because he's like, fuck this guy. And I mean, he even later on, he'll like put him against the wall and he'll call him a fashion punk or something like that.
Yeah, I love his character. He feels like the one who's holding everything together, and just how unceremoniously he goes out later, just really subverts, I think, what you're expecting from
Yeah,
this
he
story.
seems to have like the most put together sort of like stress response.
Yeah.
And he is like
And
an
I-
MMA fighter or some shit, dude.
Jujitsu, I believe they say.
Does he say it?
Yeah.
But what I love about the setup of the band is one of the they visually make a lot of sense too, because one of the things we talked about having played with so many bands in so many different places, that every band has the quote unquote normie, the one dude who looks like a normal dude.
Yeah.
And that's him in this. Like he dresses just like a normal guy. And then I love that he has the sort of aesthetic of like, it's not about look, it's not about this, it's all about the fucking music. And he has like, and he listens to Chromax and shit. Like this guy's fucking punk as fuck. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't feel the need to wear a leather jacket with like studs on it. So that I also loved that like subtle touch of like of the way that everyone is like dressed and everything.
Yeah, like, I was already saying great character writing, but I think it's like the subtlety, like it's what is given to you that shows you there's a lot more under the surface. Like these are real people, it feels like. Yeah.
Speaking of real people, friggin' Pat answers the door for Tad, and he's like, "You the first one to fall asleep?"
Yeah, it's a super funny shot to him looking in the mirror. Just
covered.
This has happened to me before. I've definitely had some dicks drawn on my face.
I have a picture on my phone, a very old picture of Ryan Kessner with like, I think I drew like a he had like a blunt coming out of his mouth. It was fucking
you should
awesome.
send that to me.
Maybe I shouldn't. But then Tad is interviewing the band, right?
Yeah.
And this is where we get that they're called the Ain't Rights.
They're so pretentious and punk. I love it. Just like
They're from Arlington, yeah.
No, we don't believe in social media or whatever. Like,
Yeah, I dig it though, dude. I dig it.
I know it's kind of cool, but it's
dope
also
as
like
fuck.
a little eye rolly.
Yeah, it's great. I love how they're just like, no, man, you got to be there if you want to be part of the fucking. You want to be part of it.
It's all about the live music, man.
It's fucking sick. And they only release physical media, is like what he's saying.
right.
Very,
yeah,
very
they don't
cool.
put it online. Yeah.
When you go virtual, you lose the texture. That's what Pat says. Pat's obviously, what I love about Pat, he's obviously like the very sort of like, he's the intellectual one. He seems to be the most philosophical about it.
They all have their own places because I think Sam is the one who manages the money, she says later. So they all are like...
Well, with the phone, she says before they, like, when they're going to drink, he's like, she's like, who are you calling?
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I'm like, oh, she's like, what are you doing? She's like, making a call, or like, who do you care? And she's like, I'm the one who pays the bill,
right.
you know?
Yeah. Which is great.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And then we get the fucking whole thing about
Desert Island
bands.
Yeah.
And Tiger goes Misfits, the damn fuck it. He chooses Misfits.
I knew you would write this down. I love it.
Yeah, Sam says Poison Idea, and then Reese gets Cro-Mags. And Pat hesitates. Everybody else suggesting other things for him. that they think are kind of funny. You know, somebody says like Britney Spears, Steely Dan, these sort of like silly suggestions.
And so, yeah, I was wondering about the deeper meaning here. And so you think that it's just about his uncertainty with himself in
He
general?
over intellectualizes things.
Yeah. I like that.
He like is Yeah, I mean it's so relatable. It's like
Yeah.
you know you just overthink things. Analysis paralysis.
And is it Sam who later on is like, I don't forget what band
she says fuck it, and she says I wrote that down as well.
Madonna, I think.
No, that's
Amber.
Amber says Madonna and
Okay.
Slayer, and then at that point
That's great.
Tiger says I'm still sticking with Misfits. Reese says Prince, and what Sam says is Simon and Garfunkel.
That's
And
right.
Pat still can't think of his.
Yeah, good stuff.
Which I love because it's like they're very real and they're very cool. But like, and I think we've talked a little bit about posturing before, but they're still victim to the whole like, I gotta say something punk rock, dude. You know, like
Yeah.
I gotta be punk rock.
Yeah,
And I love that.
the peeling back of
But
that.
Reese's other pick is also really good. I'm like, this guy's like music, dude. Like, I like this guy. But yeah, then Sam is like, when is this gonna come out? Should we plug the show? And this is where Tad stops the recording. He's like,
Yeah.
show fell through. I was able to get you something else. I think he said something about vomit and some fecal matter. So my permit got pulled.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I don't know.
It was pretty silly. I also love that it was just like a throwaway line like that. And I was like, that's pretty goofy.
And it says a little bit about his character that he held off telling them that until it was broached.
Yeah, I mean, and he tells them you guys were on your way, you know. But I mean, you would have thought that maybe you would have said that like first
When
thing,
you
right?
started the interview, yeah.
But or before the interview,
Or
right?
when you first came into your place.
Or you're
yeah.
like, oh, I don't want them to be upset while they're doing the interview.
Yeah.
But yeah, he got a backup lined up. He says they get 50% of the door and lunch, which is honestly, getting food is a huge thing.
Yeah.
If you can get food
Yeah,
out of playing a
touring.
gig,
Yeah.
it's you feel dope. You feel
Yeah.
great. And also, I've played with a lot of people who are sober, and like they're like, drink tickets. This is fucking bullshit. Can I get like fucking sandwich? You
I
know.
feel like usually they'll let you trade drink tickets. Right?
Sometimes, some people, and then there's some venues that are fucking awesome and give you. They'll buy a full case of beer, put it in the green room, and they'll say, "Here's like a voucher for like a meal at like the restaurant that's attached."
Yeah, I love that.
Dude, some people just some venues have just
Yeah.
really know how to treat people.
Yeah, one venue I played, he gave us way more money than I've ever gotten at any venue by a lot, like hundreds of dollars. And that venue was not around very long, unfortunately. Tough business out there.
And then we see them playing in this Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, it's so pathetic, but awesome.
It's pretty sick. The crowd that they have is,
Just
I would say, not a bad crowd at all. That's a
they
that's-
don't applaud or anything when they're done.
for a touring band, not a bad amount of people to see you play. They're obviously just like people who are like eating there, right? And then there's
Yeah.
just like band is playing.
It's such a weird clash. It's like daytime too. Mexican
Yeah,
restaurant.
you could.
Punk
Yeah,
metal,
I love how
like-
you could tell that the fucking the sun is still up.
And
And we do see everyone playing their different roles. You know, like
Yeah.
I said, we got Reese on the drums, Sam on guitar, Pat is on bass, and then Tiger's on the vocals.
Yeah, I was thinking about Pat being the main character and if him being the bassist like has any meaning. And I do think there is something that is noble about bassists because they're often like the most overlooked in a band. Like even a band like Zeppelin, where it's like oh yeah, Jimmy Page, Robert Plant, John Bonham. Oh yeah, and John Paul Jones is good too.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's also maybe, I don't know.
Less front stage also fits his personality, right? He's not the center of attention.
Yeah, I mean, I think it fits his like sort of
He's laying down the foundations.
yeah, I think he has because he is kind of timid, and I feel
Yeah.
like it matches the sort of timid character.
Right. Not in the spotlight.
Yeah. So they don't make very much money. I think it's 687 split between the four of them.
Yeah.
Tad says 688 if you round up. He also tells them that he gave them his cut of the money.
That's nice.
And then Reese is like, dude, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, he grabs him. This is when I don't know who says it to him. It's like, okay, there, like slow down jujitsu or whatever.
Ah, okay. But yeah, then he's like, wait, I can set up another show for you.
Yeah, let me
And
call
they're
my
like-
cousin.
Yeah, and they're like, here? And they're like, nah. He's like, nah, the scene's dead. Got to go closer to Portland. Which honestly, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Although some like some smaller towns are really where the fucking shows pop off because nobody's got anything better to do.
I mean, college towns.
Yeah, for sure, college towns, but yeah, just small, like not like because there's college towns that are big cities, like
Yeah.
not that. You want like small, like Albuquerque, sick, great music scene. Fucking Tucson has a pretty good music scene as well. I think Phoenix and Tucson, I mean, they're pretty close together.
I mean, Bellingham is like fairly big town, I guess, but
No, it's still pretty small.
yeah.
And dude, I remember we played a couple insane shows in Walla Walla too.
Nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, he says,
He's like seeing them off, giving them the details of the show.
yeah, he tells them it's mostly skins and boots, I believe.
No, boots and braces.
Oh, boots and braces. Yeah.
Which they know to mean skinheads.
Yeah.
And so he's like asking what kind of skinheads, and he tells them right wing, but ultra left technically. And also at one point, I love that like shout out Pat goes. He asks if they're sharps, skinheads against racial prejudice, because I just want to shout out the history of skinhead culture comes from Jamaican immigrants in England.
Oh.
And it was it was like this, like listen to ska and dance hall like in like the like first wave ska like way back in like the 60s and 70s, and it was copying the look of like the Jamaican dock workers.
Oh.
And it was out of like reverence for Jamaican music culture that this whole style was born, and then it was co-opted by
Nazi punks.
racist white supremacists. It fucking sucks.
Damn. That's really interesting, though.
Yeah, so that's why sharps exist, skinheads against racial prejudice. So shout out to that, But yeah, it seems one point I think Sam said something like, are they like burning crosses? Like we can just like play rock and roll, Oof. This is so fucked up, dude.
This movie? This whole plot?
This specific moment is so
Oh.
fucked up that he thinks this is a good idea at all.
Yeah. I mean, I think to him it's just like we've played rough bars before. They have no idea how rough, right?
No, I mean Tad suggesting this.
Oh.
That's what I'm
well,
saying.
I think he's in the dark too, right? He's just like, yeah, these guys are kind of shady, but it's his cousin, right?
Yeah,
he trusts his cousin. And
I guess so. If my
Yeah.
cousin was a skinhead, I don't think I would trust my cousin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it speaks to, I don't know, maybe Reese's instincts are right. Maybe Tad is just a pretend little fashion punk, dude?
Yeah.
Maybe he's a fucking poser. I do love how he apologizes to him. He says, he says, Tadpole, I'm sorry for almost obliterating you, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I love everything Reese does with his jujitsu throughout the movie is just so fucking satisfying later on.
Yeah, Tad also he tells him, don't talk politics and stick with Daniel.
I love that they started with the fuck Nazi punk song though. That's great.
It is really good. he also tells them that he would go, but his cousin's girl is staying with him that night.
Oh yeah.
He says my cousin and what he actually says is my cousin and his girl, I think,
right.
are staying here tonight.
Right. I missed that line, and that makes sense why Daniel later is like, don't fucking say anything.
Yeah, he gets upset because he's
Yeah.
talking about him and Emily.
Yeah, and they're trying to keep that on the down
under
low.
wraps.
Yeah, a lot of good plot threads.
Yeah. He also tells them that they should stick to their earlier stuff, the heavier music.
Yeah.
So they're on their way to the van, and they're in the van on their way to the nice gig,
And Reese is like, something I've never told you.
Yeah.
Again, nice little fart joke.
We also see the poster that
Yeah.
Tad drew for them. It
Yeah.
was very cool.
Sick poster.
Yeah, they all laughed. That's really funny. Yeah, relatable for sure. Farts are always funny. I love them drinking Olympia. They're drinking Olympia beer next to the water with the fire.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this was like the only moment they genuinely seemed like they were really enjoying their lives throughout the movie, I think.
Yeah, for sure. And I think part of it is they're from Arlington, and I guess they live in Washington D.C. now. They're so far away.
Mhm.
At that point, it is a little exhausting. It kind of makes sense that they're like so down, right? Like,
Yeah.
it also seems like it hasn't been wildly
Well,
successful.
It fits the tone of the
Yeah.
movie perfectly too, because there is
Yeah.
this sense of dread hanging over everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, there's this one moment though, very specifically, where I'm like, oh shit, like that's like where I think when I first watched the movie, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Um, yeah, we get a great overhead shot of the beautiful
Yeah.
Pacific Northwest forest here, and I
Deep
think
forest. You can tell we're
yeah,
in the middle of nowhere
yeah,
here.
really setting in that sense of isolation, right from the jump.
And this is the moment specifically I was just referring to, because they're listening to punk in the van, pulling up to the venue, but you hear the ominous score start right as they pull into the parking lot.
Yeah, I think all the score in this is just like tonal, like moody,
Very textural.
yeah, vibes.
Nice.
Yeah, then we cousin Dan.
Yeah, Daniel, he says.
Daniel, excuse me.
Yeah, and he says, you guys look hammered. And he says, one night at Tad's, Tiger says this, one night at Tad's will do that to you. If your girl's staying there, and then Daniel gets right in Tiger's face. Don't mention that.
Yeah, I was confused about that. So that's good. To
yeah, it makes sense. Yeah,
recontextualized.
I was also kind of confused. I was like, maybe he's just like, don't talk about my girlfriend. And then the guy comes out, and I love this. It's Gabe, the character that'll come up later, and he's just like, drummer, drummer, drummer. And I'm like, oh my God, this is like the annoying sound guy. He's like, drummer, drummer, drummer. You're like, okay,
Your
dude,
center
bro.
house.
Yeah, I just pulled in. Like, we literally just pulled up, dude. That's very relatable. But yeah, he asking if he's gonna use the house kit or his own. And they have put their name up as aren't rights instead of ain't rights.
Right.
You know?
I like it.
You like what?
Ain't rights.
No, I do too. But putting their name wrong, leaves a bad taste in your mouth, right?
Yeah.
You know?
And yeah, they're brought into the green room.
Well, yeah, when they're loading in the venue, you see the SS on the wall too,
Right.
like written on the wall. You see like a red flag. I also love the recurring bit of the owner doesn't fuck around with the fire code.
Yes, it's so funny. Yeah.
When later on he's like, "This is a fire. This is a fire
They have a
hazard.
murder situation and a bunch of people trapped in their green room. Like, you got to take care of this.
This is a fire
It's
hazard.
against violation or code.
It's a fire hazard."
Patrick Stewart. Yeah, and Pat gets a dumb idea.
Yeah, there's a Confederate flag in there too.
There's
we
a
see.
Nazi symbol drawn on the wall as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking.
Watch the cut.
Yeah, don't. I would be fucking terrified, dude. I don't think.
I mean, I've seen swastikas like drawn at random bars. And
Right,
shit,
right.
yeah.
I don't think I think I would be like, guys, we need to turn around.
Oh,
And this is the thing I
based
thought
on
about.
what Tad told them, and then
Yeah.
driving way out into the fucking middle of nowhere, and then this is the vibe. Yeah, but they're desperate.
This
They've
is the
set up
thing-
how desperate they
This
are.
is the thing I thought about, like that the movie doesn't tackle at all. There is one of the things I thought about was like, oh, what if my band, dude, Ben is fucking half Filipino. Mark is like Mark is Mexican. Like Ben clearly Asian. Like Mark and I are both Latino. Like there's we would never say yes.
Hopefully,
to this at
Tad
all.
would be smart enough to be
not
like,
recommend it to
yeah.
us. Yeah, one would hope.
One would hope, but Tad's not the brightest Tad in the tadpole.
No, he's not. And what's Pat's dumb idea? We see him on stage. The next shot. I love how he immediately wants to back out.
Yeah, he's like, this is a bad idea. And he's right. This is the worst idea.
It is
I love the guts, but never in a fucking million years would I play this song.
I love how this is not their undoing though.
No, it has nothing to do with what
It
their
sets them up
circumstances.
to be unsympathetic to the other people,
Yeah, they were already they're cold-blooded as fuck, so.
Yeah, no, very true. Sam says, if you back out now, I'll tell them you're Jewish.
That's hilarious. Yeah, and they're all in. I think this is when the movie's really like, if you haven't gotten the sense from the tone and the atmosphere, this is when you're like, okay, I kind of see where this is going, where like they're all just like spitting at them and just like
Throwing beer
just
bottles.
so outraged at being called Nazis, and it's like, damn, so you guys just own that one, huh? Like, damn.
Yeah.
And we see the drug deal.
Yeah,
going
cousin
down in the
Daniel
crowd.
is giving Amber and Emily some heroin.
Yeah. And we get a nice slow motion rockin'.
It is really cool.
sequence.
I do love the line that Tiger says. He says, "Thank you, that was a cover. What should we do next?" He asks Sam, and then she says, "Coronary." And I just love that shit. Like, what's the name of it? Coronary.
Yeah. And the Nazis, they dig it.
They do. They rock out.
Yeah.
Which is there's something about that I kind of like. where you're like, okay, well that's cool. Like,
I
you
mean,
know, we can both just part ways
e-
after this, you know?
even Hitler loved dogs, right? Or was a vegetarian or whatever. Like,
Yeah, for sure. It's just interesting that they're like, oh, we're gonna play it first and we're gonna play a full set, you know?
yeah,
But like it being a punk set, it was probably like 15 minutes long anyway, so whatever.
true. um, yeah, and then I think we see the they so now it just like jumps into it. This movie has a pretty crazy pace.
Yeah, but as you said, there's the slow motion,
Yeah.
cool like moshing with like the classical score over it, which is just beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice.
A really nice like little juxtapose.
Yeah, palate cleanser before we like the calm before the storm. I guess you know.
Dude, would you call it perhaps a little pickled ginger?
Oh, pickled ginger. Yes,
a
I
little
would.
plate, you know?
Yes, I would. They go back to the green room to see that all their stuff is in the hallway, and Justin, I love this actor.
Big Justin.
Yeah, this guy's great.
His name is Eric Edelstein.
Very much fits the role. And all their stuff's out in the hallway. And I think he just says, "Oh yeah, we had to clear space for the headliner or whatever."
Yeah.
But Sam forgot her phone. And
Which is why Pat decides to go back.
yeah, biggest mistake of his life.
Absolutely biggest mistake of his life, because he walks in and he sees the members of Cowcatcher, who are the next band. One guy who I don't think ever gets a name, who I think is the guitarist, and then Worm is there as well.
Oh, that is the band. I didn't even put that together.
Yeah, they're the headliner.
Jesus.
Which is funny because what fuck? Yeah. They're the headliner, I think. But yeah, so and then he sees Emily, who we find out is Emily later on, with a knife sticking out the side of her head.
Which is a fucking insane way to kill someone.
Yeah, and it is such a wild fucking image.
Yeah. Haunting.
Yeah, super. Yeah, it's fucking terrifying. And then Amber asks if she asks him to call the cops.
Yeah. And Justin is running after him at this point. And he's just like, "All right, I'll see you guys later." But it is very too late.
Yeah. Pat's trying to call as he's like running out.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I think he gets stopped by Gabe ultimately.
Yeah.
And like Gabe snatches the phone.
Gabe is
and
running the
hangs up.
show until Darcy gets here.
Yeah, and he hangs up the phone and shit. And I love how he's like, "Okay, you guys just wait here 1 second." They're like, "Okay."
Yeah.
This is at this point like fucking leave, like just go, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think they already are. Like,
They're in too deep,
intimidated. Yeah, like they know that it's the deer in the headlights situation.
And I do love the line, fucking Big Justin being like, "They didn't lock the door." It's fucking funny, dude.
Great little comedic moments for such an extremely dark.
I mean,
story.
you need it in this movie. That's
you
something
need
that
it.
we.
So many movies like this don't have it, and I think that's one of the things that makes this movie exceptional.
Yeah, that's something I think we've definitely learned throughout this podcast. You need some balance,
right?
In the story
for something this dark, yeah, especially.
Yeah, absolutely.
And something this tense. This might be like the most tense movie I've ever seen. Like it's so fucking tense.
Yeah. You are on the edge of dude. You don't need to if you're gonna go with a whole group of people to a showing of this. Just buy one seat because you'll each just use a tiny little edge of it.
It's very true.
The whole movie.
That's well said. Yeah.
Dude, thank you. I appreciate that. But also they've also been given like he gives them their money and everything. He gives them the $350 beforehand, right?
Right. And I think they are just like fuck it, we're out of here, and then they pull the gun on them.
Yeah. No. So we see a cool shot of Gabe just walking out of the venue, walking up to a trailer, and see him walk out of the trailer.
Yeah.
Walk back in the venue, and he is holding a gun.
I love that. Yeah, it's really really good setup, and I think. One of the scariest things about this movie is how cold and calculated they all are. Like David and is it David or Dave?
Who?
The right-hand man of Darcy? Is that not his name?
Clark?
The
guy with the dogs?
No.
Gabe.
Yeah.
This guy right here?
Gabe.
This is Gabe. Who this is played by Macon Blair.
The way I think what's so chilling about it is I could see their like how smiling and like calm they are about everything. I could see that like getting inside my head enough to like make me chill out a little, right?
Yeah, no, it's a really good tactic, dude.
Yeah.
Like he's just like so calm.
Don't worry, we'll sort it out.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Yeah. No, we got it. Don't worry. You're
No
like,
problem.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
But he and we can see now too he has like an 88 tattoo on his hand. If you're unaware, 8 is the 8th letter of the alphabet is H, so the 88 is for Heil Hitler. It's a
Oh,
very common
didn't
sort
know
of
that.
like Nazi symbol.
Good thing
Yeah,
to know.
my sister and I used to watch Gangland a lot, and there's a lot of Aryan Nation stuff on there. But anyway, I think it's also very interesting because he's Macon Blair and Jeremy Saulnier are friends. They did Murder Party, I think, together, and of course Blue Ruin, and a lot of people I think were under the impression that because they were such good friends that Macon Blair just got this role. But he said that he had to like go through the audition process in the exact same way, and that he ordered like tattoos, like temporary tattoos off the internet for like the like auditions, but that he had to like prove he was auditioning for a movie and he wasn't actually making this like company make like hate like temporary tattoos.
Oh my gosh. That's
Could you
wild.
imagine just getting an order? It's like somebody just put in an order for a bunch of like Nazi like temporary tattoos.
That's funny. Well, I'm glad that the tattoo place did their due diligence on that. Yeah, so now they're trapped in the green room by gunpoint. And I just the methodical nature of the way this unravels, because when I first watch it and he calls the police and then it gets hung up, I'm like, the police isn't just gonna let that go. But like that's the kind of thing you would do in a movie where it's like, no, he hung up, so now the police doesn't know where he is.
No, but then they call back.
Yeah, and like the whole plan they come up with to get around everything, like it's all so clever, intense.
Yeah, it is. And that's when they call back, Gabe takes over the call and walks out. And there's all these tense stares being shared throughout the room.
Yeah, I think he says before, or maybe, I don't know if it's Gabe or Justin. We're not keeping you. You're just staying.
Yeah, because Reese says you can't. He comes. Yeah, he does come back in, and you hear the first mention of Darcy. Big Justin is like, does Darcy know? And he's like, he's on his way.
Right.
And then Reese says you can't keep us here, and he says we're not keeping you here. You're just staying.
It's just terrifying.
Yeah, it feels very like you're in like a cult and someone is like
gaslighting you,
trying to use mind control.
Yeah.
And then he gives Big Justin the gun and he says you're up, and I think Reese or Tiger says what the fuck does that mean, which is a great question to ask.
Yeah,
because I also was like, and then again Gabe is like, everybody relax, the cops are on their way,
fine, we'll sort this all out.
And then he leaves. And then Justin locks the door and he says, look, see how easy that is? And at this point, it's the band with the guys from Cowcatcher, who is this scary looking motherfucker,
the
Worm.
Yeah, Worm is terrifying. Yeah.
And then Amber is there, and we still have Emily's dead body with the knife in the side of her head.
Yes, sir. And then I think we see Gabe saying he needs 600 in cash.
Yeah, he's asking Clark for 600.
And that they need a true believer, he says, and I think Clark is like,
how
what
about two?
Yeah. It's all very haunting.
And this is a super fucked up scene back in the green room.
Oh yeah,
where
like,
we
didn't see anything. Maybe she's not even dead.
Yeah, there's not a
no
lot
blood.
of blood. Yeah. And then Worm goes over and he starts pulling at her head,
and it's so lodged in there that he is dragging her body with the knife.
It's so
stuck
fucked
in it.
up,
Yeah,
dude.
it's really disturbing.
That was inspired by a prison documentary that Jeremy Saulnier saw on television.
Jesus.
Yeah. And then when he pulls the knife finally out, everyone obviously like super like disgusted.
And Worm's like, there's the blood.
Yeah, there it is.
So cold.
So fucked up, dude.
He's like the scariest one in some ways. Like just because he's so.
And then he's
cold.
alive at the end, dude.
Well, I don't think for long, because they foreshadow that.
Yeah, he says that he gave them bad heroin.
Yeah.
But like he's just like sitting there like sweating, like eating the soup, and they show the other guy dead, and I'm like, so
Just
is he
passed
still
out.
alive?
I think they're hinting he'll be dead soon, but
Okay, I kind of took it as like
he survived the overdose kind of thing.
Yeah,
maybe it's a little bit that the evil's still out there kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. When it's not an overdose, it's like tainted heroin. I think like he literally probably, I don't know what he did. I know in like Casino they put like battery acid in it or something. I can't remember.
Right. Yeah, I was just thinking of like cut with something that would make you overdose, basically.
Like making it way more pure than it expected.
Just spiking it with something with a drug that shouldn't go together, kind of thing.
Dude, heroin goes with everything. What are you talking about, dog?
I wouldn't know. And we get the stage stabbing scene here, which again is just so intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, just two teenage boys that have been
I,
like
I
brainwashed.
I do want to point out, I like we can see it in the scene previous. Tiger sort of like he's like, dude, we didn't see anything. We were so drunk, like, and because they're immediately as soon as they see that happen, they're like, we need to get the fuck out. Like the level of tension among the band of like desperation
Yeah.
has been ratcheting like considerably.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the deer in the headlights
Yeah.
and pulling the knife out as cold-bloodedly as he did is
Yeah.
very much like, oh, this
Holy
shit's
shit.
about to hit me.
Yeah. The shit's about to hit the fan.
Yep. The cops arrive. And I don't think we even really see anything with the cops other than them pulling
They
up.
just tell them to get on their knees, and then
Oh, that's right.
Darcy pulls up, and they're like, "This is the owner." And yeah, then we're back in the green room, and you hear them knocking on the door, and Gabe has the cowcatcher guys clear out.
Yeah, and Worm is like, your set was pretty good. What was that second to last song you played?
Toxic Evolution.
Pretty cool.
He says it was pretty hard, man. That's the one I did her to.
Yeah, the delivery of these lines here, like, just so fucking chilling, man. Just not even a morsel of remorse or anything.
No, not at all, dude. Honestly, really, really well done.
Yep.
Actor's name is Brent Worsner.
Yeah,
He
nailed
fucking
it.
Kills it.
Nailed it.
He kills it.
Um,
I can imagine that being, I don't want to call it fun. Yeah, it seems like it could be a fun role to play. To be like, I'm just going to be the super scary guy.
I imagine playing bad guys is fun in general.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing a series.
They call it play for a reason, my friend.
Right. I can imagine if you were doing this over a super long period of time, like a TV show or something, like playing a psychopath Nazi would probably start to like
wear on you a little bit.
Yeah,
yeah, for
psychologically.
sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and so we're sitting and we're waiting, and
also, like Reese says, he only has 6 bullets. They're talking about like rushing him now.
yeah, which is crazy. Reese is like, I think when he like first gets the gun, or maybe it's around this point, he like starts walking towards him like he's about to just go for it, and I'm like, damn, that's next level brave.
Yeah.
Like to the point of stupid. Like,
yeah, and then Justin responds with the whole like they're called cartridges. There's only 5 because they're big as fuck.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, Reese, you're making it worse.
Yeah.
And at this point, they're not thinking about rushing him, just Reese. But then I like how later on we see that they're all like the amount of time that's like everything that's going on, they start to like panic and they're like, okay, we're all gonna rush him.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right though. I mean, if they would have just tried to get out right away, like the amount of work they had to put in for the damage control of clearing the place out and everything, that shows you that like most of these people here have no idea what the fuck like these people are really up to. Even if they are Nazis, they might not be like, yeah, let's just kill.
Down for murder. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so then Darcy and Gabe are looking through the van.
Yeah.
And they're trying to find something, right? Like a nugget of something so that they can, I don't know,
frame a murder.
Yeah, we don't know. And we do hear at this point, we hear Darcy say, "We all love Worm," and yeah, I'm like, I don't know, dude. Just like these people are fucking insane, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I said Worm's the scariest, but Darcy's really the scariest because he never shows
the intellect,
Yeah, he never shows any moment of like being really angry
or control.
Yeah, he's just so in control. Yeah, it's terrifying. So calm and collected. Yeah, and they find the siphon tubes or whatever.
They find the gas siphoning stuff. Yeah, and they say this is good. And so he asks Clark. He says, "Do you have no trespassing signs up there?" And he says, "No, but we have beware of dogs." And he says, "That's even better."
Twisted, man, twisted. What a horrifying plan he comes up with here.
Yeah, it's so fucked up to have like to be training like dogs to kill people. It's fucked up. It's really, really depressing.
Yeah, but I do think there is like a little metaphor within that of like these brainwashed teens they're using to like stab each other and like turn them into these killing machines.
And we were talking about it before the episode, but it is like the ending is really beautiful in the way that the dog goes to like very calmly lay down next to Clark at the end
Yeah.
and not even pay attention to them, because it is speaking to this idea that stripped bare we are all, so like there is still
Innocent.
the like purity,
Yeah.
that like youthful, that like person we were when we were a baby, you know.
Right. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, good shit.
Um,
I like dogs, dude. It makes me sad, you
it
know.
makes me really sad. Yeah, it's always hard to watch.
And this is when we get back, we're back in the green room, and the band's trying to decide what to do. And I think they might even be thinking about like that they're going to like rush him, like, and trying to make the calculus of like, is it going to work out or not? But then Gabe does come back, and he tells Justin to give them the gun.
Which is wild.
Yeah. He says, "Give them the gun, but keep the bullets." I think.
Yeah, why do they do that?
Well, I think to like make them feel like they have.
Do they need to give them any control?
I have no idea.
That,
But
that
I
might
also,
be a little plot
he also
hole, I don't
like
know.
he also like doesn't want to do it, but he has his Darcy there, and he's like, "Yeah, Darcy's here." He's like, "Oh, okay, well, why didn't you say that?" Once he tells him that, you can just see how much power Darcy wields. It's
Right.
like, I don't want to hand them the gun, but if Darcy tells me to hand them the gun, I'll hand them the gun, you know.
Yeah.
There's the negotiating trying to go on, you know. They're asking where the police are. And then I think they just like they rush Justin, tackle him to the floor, and then they get the bullets and they're able to load the gun. And this is when you hear Darcy asking, you know, what's going on? What's happening in there?
Yeah. Yeah, I love how badass Reese is. It's really
Yeah.
fun to watch him kick this guy's ass who's like twice as big as him.
Yeah, no, it's wild. The way he's like holding him yeah, the way they make him get back into
Yeah,
the
he's
hole.
like, all right, laid out. Yeah, I
It was
got
really fucking funny.
Yeah.
There is like this cutaway shot of Darcy in the hallway with Gabe and Clark, and he's like, okay, we're going to stage it up the road, you know? And this is like the sort of beginning of their whole plan of how they're going to frame the bandmates, right? Sam doesn't want to hold the gun, though. Reese still, you know, holding on, but he says that he's going to let go and he's going to take the gun.
Yeah,
But he says to him first, he's like, what are you going to do when I let go of you?
right.
Just butt fuck everyone in the room. It was really silly.
But they get him to crisscross applesauce.
Sit crisscross applesauce.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
They ask him if there's another way out. There's no other way out.
Yeah.
Now we have Reese holding the gun.
And I think this is when we get Darcy and crew calling in the pros, and this is when we get Darcy being like, "This is a fire hazard out in the hallway."
Yeah. Yeah, you also hear him ask, "Have you fed them yet today?" And I think
Yeah.
it's like a shot that we get. So they move from the trailer back into like the venue. Gabe's making the list of everyone who witnessed what happened or who was around.
Right.
And the Clark's also talking about like how much the dogs cost, I think. Because I think Darcy says this might like, you know, this might like end your business, but it'll save mine. Don't worry, like I got your back like financially, which is insane.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense because he's selling heroin, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. It's something along the lines of like, yeah, this may eat into your propriety, but like mine, as long as mine's not touched, we're fine.
I think he literally tells him like this might mean the end of your business, but like it'll save mine or something like that.
And he's like, as long as mine's saved, you're fine.
Yeah, he says he's got his back. I think implying he's gonna pay him back, like for all the dogs.
Yeah.
Which is also what he says, $20,000 for one of the dogs. I think at one point.
Really?
I don't know, maybe not that much, but something. I don't know, some really high number that I was like, that's wild.
Huh.
They're also looking for Daniel.
Right.
And this is when we see Daniel at his car.
Right.
And he's waiting because I think he's waiting for Emily to come out. You know?
Yeah.
And this is where we first hear that they need him. It's red laces only. That's the thing that we start to hear.
I wonder if there's a real thing, because I love this as a little touch of just like the way they use the red laces to really signify the facelessness of these people. Like they show their shoes so much more often than they show their faces.
It indicates that the wearer has shed blood for the skinhead movement.
Jesus Christ.
Racist skinheads will often randomly attack non-whites to earn their red laces. Yellow laces mean anti-racist. I know that.
Wild.
Yeah. Isn't that fucked up?
That's crazy. Yeah, the red lace stuff is terrifying and used to great effect.
It's crazy. It's a real fucking thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, much worse. Um, and then I think this is when the lights go out.
Yeah, we're back in the green room and they're asking if Amber has a phone. Doesn't have a phone. You see Tiger's trying to get through the roof at this point, and then I think they asked Justin to empty out his pockets.
Oh, that's why I write taking lights out, because they're taking the lights from the ceiling in order to get into the panels up there.
Yeah, they're taking like the light bulbs out exactly. Uh, he they have Justin empty out his pockets. Oh, they find the napkin in Emily's pocket because they're like they want
Yeah.
to search her pockets too, and it has the
The song that they're planning on.
Fleischwolf
Yeah, meat grinder.
meat grinder.
Brutal.
Yeah, brutal. Justin empties his pockets and he does pull out the phone and he like breaks it and he says oops, and that's the moment he like throws it at them, and at that moment is when the power goes out.
Right. I love Amber in this scene. Just the single light. Careful now. And she lights up the cigarette, gives it to Justin. Like, if that cherry does anything you don't like, shoot.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So good.
It's good stuff. Also the back and forth between her and Sam. You know, Sam saying, "Oh, maybe it's the police. Maybe it's a raid." And then Amber's like, "Are you serious?" And then she says, "Fuck off, Ilsa." I don't know what Ilsa is a reference to.
Yeah,
but
it sounds familiar.
But I thought it was funny. And
Is that Hitler's girlfriend?
no, her name was
Ava?
Ava Braun.
Ava.
And then at this point, this is where Sam says, pretty smart for a Nazi. And she says, "I'm not a Nazi."
What are you doing hanging out with all these Nazis?
Yeah, that's what Pat says. Pat says, "How do you fall for this shit?"
Yeah.
And she says, "None of the people that hurt me were white." Very interesting.
Damn. Yeah, that is interesting. I missed that line. And the lights go back on. Darcy shuts the place down. He's so charming, dude. He's just like, "Oh, yes, I know. Everyone has to go home. Sorry, but free show, like no door charge, and screw it. Drinks are free between 2 and 4, you know."
He also said something about like a racial advocacy workshop.
Yeah, it's so funny.
No. Yeah. He says they tripped their main, but they got the Jennies going.
Yeah. This is a movement, not a party.
Yeah. And then you see Daniel calling a phone, and now I finally realize he's calling Emily's phone.
Nice. Yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
good.
you just see it ringing somewhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of little details. Like, I didn't remember the whole Emily Daniel plot line or anything like that. There was a couple things that I got really surprised by. I was like, oh yeah, that's really clever.
Yeah, we see that. Then we see Daniel walking up to a group of the Red Laces, asking who hasn't smoked yet. All right, come with me.
Well, I think we first see like the Red Laces pulling in, like the cavalry's here, and then
yeah, they're all like hanging out front. And then we see him give the cowcatcher guys the drugs.
Yeah.
And he does mention that it's his drugs with the stamp of a black, I think, drug dealer's like signature stamp on the bag in case any of them get arrested for heroin. He doesn't use those words. He uses much more racist, offensive terms.
Right. What is this? Is this not where he implies that he's cut it with something that'll kill them?
No, he says it later on.
Okay.
We also see them moving the band's van as well.
Yeah.
And then in the green room, they can hear that their stuff is being moved along the hallway. And this is when, and so they respond, and Darcy tells them, "Okay, can I speak quieter? Can I just talk to one of you?"
So damn charming.
And that moment of like Pat realizing, like, okay, yeah, sure, it's me, I guess. Like so reluctantly, like, okay, fine, I'll be the one to talk.
Good hero moment though.
Yeah.
We've talked about this a couple times throughout movies where it's just like, it's great to see a character who wasn't necessarily the leader become like the unspoken leader.
Yeah, but it's funny because he's unspoken, but they all look at him, right? Like he's like, oh, God damn it, like he doesn't want to do it.
And great performance here from the late Belchin. That's his last name, right? Yeah.
Anton Yelchin, yeah.
Yelchin.
Yeah, it's really good stuff. They're trying to negotiate, and he's like, "Can we get a phone for the gun?" Because essentially, Darcy wants the gun back.
Yeah, no shot am I gonna let them take the gun. The reasoning here makes no fucking sense. You have a dead body in here, but you don't want an unregistered gun. That like isn't that his argument? He's just like, oh, see, that gun isn't registered, so we
Yeah,
can't have that around.
well,
There's a fucking body next to us.
yeah, and then I mean, what he starts doing is framing the narrative too. He's like,
Yes, I do
"You
love
don't
that.
hand over the gun, it won't go well for you." And he's like, "This is what I would tell the police. You guys just like showed up and you fucking killed someone, and you have an unregistered gun
Am I
in
not
the
within
green
my
room."
rights to?
Yeah,
Yeah. So, but at this point, I would like to believe I'd be like collected enough to be like, yo, none of this makes sense. None of this adds up. Like,
yeah,
none of the thing they've sent the police away. Like, none of this
yeah,
connects. Like,
yeah.
we're not
Because
getting out of here if we give him that gun.
yeah, because they do tell him the police have come and gone.
Yeah.
So they decide, okay, we're gonna hand over the gun.
Yeah, and they won't give him a phone for the gun either. No
Yeah.
deal.
They wrap Justin back up in the hold. And then, it's like the tension slowly ratcheting up as like they move the couch, and then they open like, they go to open the door, but
Amber
Amber's
is
looking through the vent.
grate. Yeah.
And she sees the red laces and she says, "They're killing us." And then we see they try to break in, but the band pushes back, and this is where Pat's arm gets all fucked up, and we don't see it.
The horror of him, just his arm on the other side, and the
Him just
amazing
screaming, yeah.
performance he gives here, just the act, and the way he just starts begging, like, okay, okay, okay. It's so
Yeah.
haunting.
He's really, really good,
Yeah.
man. R.I.P. man. He's so
R.I.P.,
fucking good.
man. Yeah, damn
Great,
shame.
great fucking actor. I've also seen him in few. I mean, he's just pretty great in like everything I've seen him in. Also we see fucking Reese break
Justin's arm.
yeah, break Justin's arm, and then I think Justin gets up. He grabs like a box cutter right at this point,
Yeah.
and then like the whole conflict with Reese, and Amber gets the box cutter, which is a big moment. It's her favorite thing, I think, for the rest of the movie.
And just the Pat's arm, like the special effects on it. Oh my god, dude! Like his hand is just like barely hanging onto his wrist. Like it looks so good and horrifying.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it looks amazing. It's really well done. Very, 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 very fucked up. Saulnier said that it is absolutely disturbing.
That's right.
And he's yeah,
he nailed it.
yeah, that's yeah. But yeah, and also one of the things he said is it's not just because of the like really well done like prosthetic work, but it's also like the performance that goes along with it, which I think is awesome. I think that's a really cool sort of like statement of like he is like really, you can tell it's like so tender as he uses it throughout the rest of the movie.
Yeah, and it's probably the moment where it goes from this is a horrifying situation into this is like the scariest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah,
in my
this
life.
is terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. I love how the horror of just other human beings, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then I think that
Reese is choking him out,
he
choking
passes
Big
him
Justin
out.
out.
He
yeah.
knocks him out, but then he wakes up, and I guess they decide like we just got to kill him. It's too dangerous.
No, what happens is that then Sam is like he woke back up, and then Reese starts choking him out again, and then Sam goes, "How long? How long does it take? Like, how can you tell?" And then Amber just takes the box cutter and just slices him up. Ooh,
so disturbing.
Gross, dude.
It's really gross.
And then you see Reese is like, he's like, the look on his face.
Yes, and just again, such great character work for the guy who's the most like cool, calm, and collected. When he finally is faced with something like that,
he's so disturbed by he's like in tears, dude.
Yeah, it's
and
really
understandably
good performance.
so.
Yeah. And I guess that this is probably the main exception to really seeing the violence firsthand. You know what? Maybe we don't see the violence on our heroes, but we do see the violence on the Nazis. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I think we usually do see.
You see the dog like eat fucking tiger's throat.
Maybe just for a second, but like when it's doing most of the damage, you really don't see. And then you see the aftermath.
I mean, it's like dark, but you see it for a little bit, dude.
For a little bit.
Yeah, you can clearly tell it like goes straight for his throat.
Bad time. It's a bad time at this little Nazi club.
Yeah, and I think you might see fucking Sam also get her like throat like.
I think she's off screen basically. you might see like a little bit of it, but she kind of gets jumped, and then like
Yeah.
they go back inside.
Yeah. Well, there might just be. I think there's like a scene of the dog like eating at her throat after she's like maybe
Right.
clearly dead.
Right. Yeah, just interesting the way they frame the violence in this movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh,
It is really gory though. Like
yes. Yeah.
there's a lot of things they don't show, which I think is cool, but it's very gory.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. But like I guess it adds a level of tastefulness to it of when they choose to show the violence.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah, and then I guess we get Darcy in the gang.
Yeah, he's getting the boys ready. And Daniel wants to know what happened in there. And he says it Emily. He mentions Emily and he says, well, we should just fucking go in there. Darcy's like, no, we're gonna chill.
Right.
We're gonna be chill, okay?
Yeah, he says something along the lines of like he's like, "What are we doing out here?" And Darcy's like, "We're trying to not unwind." Or something like that.
He says like, what we're doing is not coming undone,
Yeah.
keeping it together. That's what we're doing. And then we're back in the green room, and
They're just like trying to break out, busting holes in walls.
Reese is talking about. He's like, I'm gonna leave. I'm just gonna go.
Which is insane.
And then Tiger finds the drug lab underneath.
Yeah, they break through the floor.
And then Amber's like, it's about heroin. It's not about us. It's about the fact that they don't want their heroin lab found. And Tiger finds some duct tape and he tapes up. This is also so terrifying to think about. Tapes up Pat's arm with it. And oh my God, dude.
Brutal.
Watching it is. And then as he's doing it, Pat is telling the story about paintball, which is a true story, based a true story of Jeremy Saulnier's, I guess.
Wow.
And
Love
the guy in the fucking story that he mentions, Ricky, is like a real guy.
That's great. I love that. Yeah, it reminds me of when I was playing airsoft out in the woods. Yeah, I love it's a very like, again, kind of a lighthearted, silly like tone change. Like, what are you doing talking about paintball? But it just fits so well into like, I don't know, their comeuppance at the end.
Yeah, they say they have to treat it. They can't be so serious.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to treat this like paintball. But they're like, we don't have time for the story.
And I do love the way that it is like cut into two, like different sort of pieces. You know what I mean? Where like we hear the first part.
Yeah.
At the beginning, and then later on, it he finishes the story, right?
Yeah, because I think even after this time when they interrupt him, Amber's like, was that supposed to be a pep talk?
Yeah, and then she's like, yeah, I want to hear the rest of your pep talk. Good stuff. I enjoy it.
Yeah,
because again, it kind of adds to the whole idea of like that little bit of like, palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of this insane fucking movie.
Absolutely. And then even another palate cleanser is them giving their true desert island bands.
Yeah, great stuff. Yes.
Yeah. And then I don't think I would leave this room. I think I would object strongly to this plan. Like, we have way more control in this room than we have control out there.
Yeah. I mean, it's so much of the movie I'm sitting there, and it's so hard to, and I'm thinking about how hard it is to know what to do when you're not in that moment.
Yeah, I just think we know they have guns. We know they have machetes, apparently, or whatever, sliced up Pat's arm, right? We don't know how many of them there are. We know we're out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Let's hold our ground in here and just, like, hope someone comes eventually. Because, like, if they bust in, you might at least be able to, like, get a gun off them and fight back or something. But if you're just out in the open walking into their territory, like, bad plan.
Yeah, I also love the sort of anticlimactic moment of opening the door and throwing the like light bulb spear.
Yeah.
And then realizing like, oh, there's no one fucking in here.
Yeah, it's so ominously quiet out there.
Yeah. And then I think Tiger's like, should we split up? And immediately after asking that, fucking dog released comes right fucking at him.
Dogs can be pretty scary.
Yeah, no, that dog is fucking terrifying, dude.
Yeah. What is that, a Rottweiler?
I don't know. Maybe a pit bull?
Oh, maybe it is a pit bull, yeah.
I'm not sure.
Is a Rottweiler a type of pit bull? I don't know anything about dogs.
I don't know anything about dogs either. I just know that when I think one is cute, and we do hear
They are pretty cute.
they're cute,
Even
yeah,
if
for
they're
sure.
horrifying.
Yeah, absolutely. Then we see Reese makes it out a window, and like you said, kind of like we see the people stabbing at where he is on the ground.
That was probably the scene that stuck with me the most, just because it subverted my expectations so hard the first time I saw. Like, it was such a, like, he was the most heroic of them, and it's such a, just like, yeah, like I said earlier, unceremonious, just like it's nothing. One second he's, a badass, the next second he's on the ground helpless getting stabbed to death.
Yeah, yeah. It is. I thought so too. I also Tiger had been very like they had both been very uh active
Yeah.
and like sort of like they were responding to survival like immediately, being very sort of like instinctual in a
Yeah.
lot of the shit that they did, really contrasting Pat's sort of like hesitancy
Right.
and lack of action. And it's almost like the movie is saying in a way like it's smart to sit back and think sometimes and not act so
Yeah.
instinctually, you know?
Well, absolutely, because Reese wanted to run out there like the whole time, basically.
Yeah, and I mean,
if they had done it at the beginning, before the crowd left, good move. After that, very bad move.
yeah, I guess they don't really know what's going on outside too.
Yeah.
Darcy is also like, very cold and calculating. So to see them contrasted against that, maybe you think like being more instinctual would win out somehow. But no, in the end, it seems like you kind of have to like, I don't know. When they win is when they sit back and plan a little bit, right?
Yes, but also they only are given enough slack to win because enough of them get wiped out that they don't think. Like, they just send in 3 guys to take care of the rest of them.
Yeah.
So it's like, if we would have just, if it's you and me in this situation and we do just hold out in there, I don't know if we do get out.
Yeah. That's true.
Because, yeah, that was like, we're not quite there yet, but like one of the few things I thought might be kind of a plot hole, where it's like, Darcy's so smart and collected. Why is he only sending in like 3 guys and like 1 just to clean, like 2 guys to kill? But it's because he like, and they keep reiterating it throughout the movie, they need to get this done before dawn, and they have to go set up this crime scene in order to frame. But part of me is also like, is that a little flimsy? Like, is it not just better to make them disappear and not have to deal with like cops, like being like, oh, they played a show here, and like, investigating stuff?
I think it speaks to the like, I don't know. I mean, like the level perhaps of confidence in like this sort of thing.
Yeah.
And like, look, dude, it's like
evil destroys itself.
Some kids like, and like I'm like an upstanding white citizen. Like, why isn't the police gonna work for me?
Yeah.
I don't know. The
overconfidence is usually what gets the villains.
Yeah, the hubris of thinking, and I think it might have worked, honestly. Like if he had gone away with it, I think it could have.
I kind of think they should have just made sure they were all dead, tie up all those loose ends, and then like just send in everyone at once. Then go take care of everything.
No, I think that is definitely a thing that they should have done. But he also says you're gonna be digging out the slugs yourself at one point.
Yeah.
So it's like he doesn't want it to be like a shootout and stuff.
Well, he doesn't want to have to explain bullet holes.
He wants to be like methodical and like, well, also he doesn't want, bullet in the bodies. Yeah. So I don't know. I can see some merit to it, but it definitely, you are like, maybe they should have just gone full scale assault and take him out.
It's playing it like it's walking that line on being a little too convenient.
They're also like the underdogs, and they're being underestimated.
Yeah. Yeah, it works. It definitely works. It's just like imperfect, I'd say.
Yeah. And so Sam gets a fire extinguisher during the scene, and we can hear Clark commanding the dog in German saying "Foss" or whatever.
Right.
It attacks Amber, and then we have this awesome moment from Pat where he like makes feedback.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Love bringing the music into it.
It was very good, yeah. And the dog does not like the feedback, runs away. Makes sense. Dogs have very sensitive hearing. And then you see Pat seeing the Cowcatcher set list.
Right.
And he sees Fleischwolf on there.
Right.
And he grabs it. Then like we see Clark and the dog leave. Sam and Amber and Pat go back into the green room.
Oh, well, we get a nice moment where Sam sprays the Nazi with the fire extinguisher when she's going outside,
Oh yeah, the guy
which
tries
is
to pop in. Yeah,
which is just like nice little comedic beat.
yeah,
Then the Nazi just like closes the door and
yeah.
locks it, like like
Aw.
brushing the
Yeah.
Oh, wah wah.
And Pat shows Sam the set list, and that's when Amber says it means meat grinder, and it feels very like sort of like that's what's happening right now.
Yes, absolutely.
A lot of carnage going on.
Yes.
And Darcy's asking Clark, send in another dog, and he's like, no, the dog's tired, blah blah blah, this that, and you need to kill the feedback anyway. I'm not gonna send a dog in with the feedback. The dogs won't go in.
Yeah.
Then Daniel volunteers to go in, and Darcy says something about like blades only, and I'm like, fuck, that's like somehow
Worse.
Yeah,
I've always thought melee weapons seem a lot scarier than guns. I guess guns can be just as painful, I'm sure, but
oh, absolutely.
there's something I get. Maybe it's the physicality of someone
Yeah.
striking you with a weapon versus like the distance of the impersonal nature of shooting someone.
Yeah. We see. Also, we hear that Reese is like slowly bleeding. Like they're just letting him slowly bleed out.
Yeah, let him bleed, he says.
It's fucked up. But Daniel and Jonathan go in to kill the feedback. They also mentioned that he didn't have the van keys, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's like one of the things that they're like sort of like looking for at this point to try and like set up their whole frame job.
Right.
So they bust into the green room and Sam hits them with the fire extinguisher. Oh well, they also kill the feedback when
Yep.
they go in there. And then we have this whole confrontation with Daniel where he wants to see Emily, and then he sees her dead body, and
Yeah.
Amber tells him he's like, which one of them did it? And Amber's like, it was Worm.
Right, because he thinks that they did it.
Yeah.
And Amber's basically like, come on, think about it. Like, is that what they told you, you fucking idiot? And yeah, the whole reveal, it's just a really smart like thread that doesn't need, like, the movie doesn't need this thread, but it really adds to it for me. Like the guy on the other side who was trying to get away with his girlfriend who gets murdered, which starts all of this.
Yeah, meat grinder was their cue.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
And yeah, Daniel tells the dude Jonathan to leave.
Um,
And then Darcy, we hear him ask Gabe, because at one point Gabe says, we can use Daniel, just don't put him on door duty. And he's like, why didn't you want him on door duty? And Gabe is like, it's not confirmed, but there were rumors about him and Emily. And then Darcy checks the car and he sees that all of their stuff is in the trunk.
little lovebirds.
Yeah. And then he finds like a baseball bat that's like wrapped in plastic.
Yeah, it looks like there's some blood on there.
It's like a murder weapon or
Yeah.
something that needed to be disposed of that wasn't.
Yeah. And so the implication there is Daniel is going to like turn them all in.
Or something, yeah. Or yeah.
Because what Darcy says is Worms saved us all.
Yeah,
Be-
later on he's like, yeah, this little accident was perfect.
I almost lost control or whatever, something like that.
Yeah. Pretty good shit.
Yeah.
Like you said, nice little touches.
Yeah.
Then Jonathan comes out and he's like, he just started talking and he says that Amber's alive and he's saying that Worm did it. Then I think Sam is down in the lab and Pat is looking for her. She's looking for a way out. And he's telling, and Daniel's like, I can help you guys. I can help you guys get out, right?
Yeah, I think he says can get us out. And I don't know if we ever find out what his plan was.
I think it's because he knew that there was a shotgun at the bar. Because you see as like, there's a shot of Tiger like dying on the floor, looking up, and he sees like the shotgun behind the bar.
Oh, is that what he saw? Yeah, I was
Yeah.
wondering. Yeah, there's a very intentional shot. Yeah. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So and then we see outside Darcy's handing out some guns, and he tells him you're gonna have to pull out the slugs yourself. And then Daniel's leading them out, and he's going to grab the shotgun at the bar, but he immediately gets shot in the face.
Yeah.
And really cool, like Amber, like using the stand to fucking block the shotgun, and then Pat, has to step up, grab the fucking machete, and fucking
With
kill the guy,
one-handed.
dude. Fucking
Yeah.
insane, dude.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yep. But yeah, they got a shotgun now. I love the whole bullet count thing. We
Yeah,
get going pretty
It's
soon.
good. Yeah, and then now that we know that Pat has the bullets on him, right?
Yeah.
Because later that'll come into play.
Yeah.
But Amber takes the shotgun, and they go outside. And immediately I think Amber gets hit. Sam takes the shotgun, and then she gets mauled by a dog.
Yeah, and again, just a little too overconfident here. Darcy tries to stop them from shooting because he wants the dogs to take care of them because it fits the narrative. But you
Yeah.
could have just shot them all right here. So, you killed yourself by, trying to be so perfect.
Yeah, yeah. Just so confident.
Yeah.
And, just hubris.
No, yeah,
dude.
we got this. We got this.
Oh, we got this. Framing this murder of this band. Insane, dude.
Yeah.
What a wild thing to do.
Yep.
What horrible people.
Yep.
But yeah, Pat and Amber run back into the green room. That's our second time running back in there, dude. And I love how it really represents this the comfort of inaction almost. But then it does become this meditation place where they're able to
It's like their home
transform.
base, It's like your hub in a video game.
Yeah.
You go back.
Like I was
and-
saying, one of my themes is metamorphosis, and I think the metamorphosis really happens in the green room when he sheds his hair
Yeah.
and everything,
Yeah.
which is gonna happen soon here, I think.
Yeah.
Because we see a shot of them, I think, locking the actual bar completely from the outside.
Right.
Pat tapes Amber's leg. Then we can see Sam dead on the ground, and Darcy tells Clark that he did a good job. And in the green room, Pat says, "Shouldn't we be panicking?"
Right. And I think we also get Darcy being like, it's time to sprint. Like, we're running. Like, I think the sun's about to come up, basically. And they're like, we have to wrap all
we have
this
to
up
finish
right
this
now.
up. Yeah.
Which is the little bit of saving grace, I think, for why he just sends a couple guys in and basically abandons the rest of the building.
Yeah.
The line is nearly got away from me because of the whole Daniel turning on them with the weapon and stuff.
Good shit.
He's like, I can't die here.
Also, Amber says she's hungry, which I think is a funny note, because I always think about it. I'm like, would you ever feel hungry in these moments,
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
But I guess she does, which I kind of love. It's kind of a nice
she
little
is
touch.
so chill for almost
she's
all.
kinda-
She's
she's scary.
broken. Yeah, she's kind of scary.
Yeah.
She seems kind of dissociated.
He also says, "I can't die here with you,"
Yeah.
which is a funny thing to say. And then she wants the rest of the paintball pep talk.
Yeah.
And yeah, he tells him how Rick just said, "Fuck it."
Wipes out the whole team. Ran out there in his underwear. Bunch of trained paintballers.
No, not in his underwear. He was wearing cutoffs.
Oh, okay. But basically the idea that the other team thought they were so in control that they never expected such a belligerent move.
Yeah. So the guy Rick Silva is apparently a real person,
Love
and
that.
it's a real experience that Jeremy Saulnier had. I love that.
Yeah, and he says, we can't play real war. Let's pretend.
Yeah, yeah. Amber grabs the Sharpie, and then she says, "Let's pretend."
Yeah, I love that.
It's great. Gabe gets some red laces from Darcy.
Yeah, and we haven't talked about this. I guess I didn't take any notes on it.
I just want to tell you right now, this is the moment where he says, because he says you need to find a new house band, and Gabe says, do you think Cowcatcher's going to talk? And he heavily implies that he gave them bad heroin.
Oh, he said there's a bad batch going around.
Yeah.
Yeah, and used the N-word, I believe.
He does, absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, Gabe's character, I didn't take any notes on this, but it definitely stuck out to me how uncomfortable he is every time the violence has come, when he finds Reese's body, or maybe it's Sam's body. Basically every time he's near the violence, he's clearly very uncomfortable.
Yeah, there was a character that we were in fucking City of God. He's kind of he's got a little bit of a fucking Benny vibe.
Oh yeah. A little the chill Nazi.
No, but no, he is there's something about him where you feel I don't know. And
the ending confirms
yeah.
it. Yeah, I mean, he seems like he's kind of not into this, which is interesting because he's earning his red laces here, which I thought was interesting because I kind of took him as the right-hand man of Darcy, but the fact that he hasn't done any violence yet means that he was mostly just logistics and business.
Yeah, very interesting character. Then we see Clark shooting his dog up with something, and he says that this is going to keep him alive for an hour. And he says something like, "It would be an honor for me for him to die with meat in his teeth."
Yeah.
God, this is I think the line is so fucking gross. It really shows so much about the way that like the sort of like mentality, like the sort of like like the place these people are, like
Well, I took that line almost
mentally, you
as
know.
more of like he wants his like little dog companion to die with a full belly. Like to die like I took that less as like this is for the cause and more for like
No, dude, meat in his teeth. I would like for him to die with a full belly. Sure, you're talking about human meat, though, dog. Come on,
yeah.
it's gross, dude. And I think the specific writing of it really points to this like this whole train of thought and like this whole might is right bullshit
Yeah.
that I don't fuck with.
Yeah, these guys are icky.
They give me the ick.
That's right. And then they go and
But they give him the dog and and then Darcy's like, you know, disregard. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Just like get rid of these people now.
yeah.
He says forensics is no longer an issue.
Yeah. So I guess they're going to hide the other bodies.
I think he's just saying, dude, yeah, we'll just fucking kill these people, whatever. We just need to get rid of them at this point.
Yeah, which is what he should have done in the first place. This whole I do think it's kind of a convoluted plan, even though I like it. Like I like the setup and I like the payoff of it. Um, I think you're setting up a lot of questions where they really should just disappear. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, yeah, and then they take the dog back inside. They use the feedback trick again. The dog runs away.
We also have the thing about the 12 gauge. He can't find any more of the 12 gauge
That's right.
bullets.
Right.
And I think he had asked them for some more outside, and they didn't. Well, and then he's like, how many do you have? He says 3, and he says you have 1 extra or something like that.
Yeah, that is an interesting touch that I do.
And that's the number that comes up later on.
Yes. I love the countdown. The detail that it's not that they couldn't have enough guns here. It's that they're so cautious about having these guns around in case cops come or anything that they just don't like to keep guns around. Like that is the vibe that they're giving. Like because there's really not that many guns they have. They have like we've seen them use like a couple
I think they do. They're just like keeping them very like
in reserve.
yeah. I think they're stashed.
Yeah. And then yeah, we see the dog running into the woods, which I was like, oh, that's such a poetic shot. And then I forgot that we just keep coming back to this dog going down the road and walking, and it's like really like it twists my guts a little bit.
Yeah, because you see the dog run out.
Yeah.
And then later on there will be a little insert shot of the dog like
think
just
a
like
couple
running
times,
down.
yeah.
Just like running down the street. It's pretty good. But the guys walk into the green room and they see Pat, who's like has his back to them, standing over the hole, saying some wild
Oh, he
fucking
said
shit.
they're. I can't remember what they say to him, but he responds Odin himself.
They're like, who is that? Like, but he's saying some crazy shit before that. And they're like,
Uh-huh.
who is that? And he goes, Odin himself. And then he drops down into the hole.
Yeah, and I was a little bit like, why don't you just shoot him there? What are you waiting for? But okay, fine.
Yeah. Well, I think it's because he had dressed up. He's wearing like the jacket, and he
Right,
like
and
looks
the
like he
skinhead.
might be one of them.
That's a
you
good
know?
point. I didn't think of that. Yeah, totally.
They turn off the feedback, and then Jonathan goes down the hole, and he takes the shotgun down there. I don't know the name of the other dude, but he stays up there.
Yeah,
I love the shot of Amber like emerging from the couch
it's
cushions.
unsettling. Yeah,
It's so good.
yeah. Yeah, super good. I don't know. It kind of like stood out to me a little bit that I felt like the guy down in the hole was a little too calm in this situation, like acting wise. Like he's in a nightmare situation where he has 2 assailants like surrounding him that he's pinned down and he only has 3 bullets left and he's kind of just like, all right, I got this.
Yeah, I mean, he also seemed really young. Like I felt
Yeah.
like maybe it was just, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Just stood out to me a little. But yeah, this whole like 3 shots left countdown
It's a-
thing.
yeah, great sequence.
It's really fun.
Yeah, you see Amber slit the guy's neck with a box cutter.
Yeah, sure does. And he shoots 2 shots left. Like I love her just like calling down to let
Yeah.
him know.
Well, because she shoots back at him, which baits out a shot.
Yeah.
Then she hangs the guy over the hole, and he goes, "Nice try," and then she says, "Go fuck yourself," and then he's moving slowly towards Pat, and then you see he's calling for Gabe, and you get the quick little insert shot of Gabe cleaning up and making a lot of noise, like he's like wearing like an apron and stuff,
It's
like
so
cleaning
funny.
the blood off the walls.
Yeah, good comedic beat.
And then Pat runs into him and knocks him on his back, but he's still got the like shotgun, so Pat has to like sort of like go and hide. And then I love that she baits out the last shot by hanging Emily's body.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Yeah, pretty dark.
Survival,
Yeah,
really. You know,
yeah.
you're like, fuck, man.
will to live,
Yeah,
yeah.
you got to do what you got to do.
Absolutely.
I'm going to do one thing real quick. Then Amber is, she like, Pat and Jonathan are wrestling over the shotgun.
Yeah, which is wild because his arm is just shredded and he's just holding on with everything he has, even though it's like you can tell it's so painful. Again, like great performance of him acting out how much this would hurt.
And then Amber sneaks up behind them and is able to take Jonathan out with the other little gun that they have.
And you know, it's really
the like handgun that they
naturalistic writing where we don't need to see our main character overcome this guy with his shredded arm, right?
Yeah.
Like
I don't know where they get this gun from.
it was the guy.
Oh, the guy
above.
up. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that makes sense. And then she says got him, and fucking Pat says totally, totally flat. She says totally flabbergasted that motherfucker. It's a good line. I think it's funny as fuck.
Yeah, like I guess the sequence is like a little like cheesy compared to the rest of the movie, with just like how like now it's like a cool action but it's also so cathartic. And I had this feeling when it was just after Sam dies where I'm like, okay, I can breathe a little bit. I know our heroes, like these two, survive the movie. Now I can just get some sweet Nazi revenge.
Yeah, I think it's also like part of it is like the violence is still so like visceral and like raw.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does feel maybe a little less grounded.
A little more of a
but I'm okay
revenge
with that.
fantasy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it too.
Yeah, and you see Gabe, he says something to them like he shows remorse or something. He says something like, you know,
if I would have known.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess he just never really understood how cutthroat these people are.
What did he think they were gonna do?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm a little confused about him, but I like his ambiguity to an extent.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't fully understand him, but I like that he's complicated.
Yeah. It is complicated.
But also just very funny the way he just like watches them crawl out of the hole with his apron on, and
it is good.
Stand. Like he could easily run away, but he's just like
Jeremy Saulnier is good at those like shots. I feel like you have a lot of them in Blue Ruin as well.
I should rewatch that one.
He's good at like the visual comedy like that.
Right.
And then Pat's like, does anybody know how to hotwire a car? And Gabe tells them that he'd stay off the roads if he were them.
Does he tell them here I want to go to jail?
I don't think so. I didn't hear that. But yeah, they have the shotgun as. Oh no, he says he doesn't want to go to jail.
Doesn't want to go. Okay.
Yeah, because they ask him if there's any more dogs or people, and there's no more dogs or people. So they walk out. They lead him through the woods, and then we have another shot of the dog wandering down the road.
Right.
And he asks if they're gonna kill him, and Amber says she wants to know. She says, "Where's Worm?"
Right.
She like I think still has vengeance on the mind with him specifically. And then that's when they start hearing the shots.
Yeah. And he's like, they're like, what's that? And he's like, you don't want to know.
Yeah, something you don't want to see.
Right.
And Amber's like, we can call the cops when we get to the orchard. And Pat asks Gabe if he saw them die. And he says that he saw two of them die, like his bandmates, but not the third.
Yeah.
And Pat's like, I want to go. I want to go see what's going on. And he says, Amber, you should leave. I'm just going to go. But I like how Amber says, you got 3 rounds, and I've seen you pump a shotgun. Very funny.
She's a badass.
Yeah.
And yeah, a nice...
So they let Gabe go.
A nice, like, solid reason for them to go, to continue, like, and not just get away. They're like, one of our buddies might still be alive, even however unlikely it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though Amber just wants revenge. But I think Pat...
I kind of yeah.
I think Pat's going to confirm that they're all dead.
I almost feel like Pat wants to see them dead so he can believe it. Like, or so he can process it in a way. Like, You know, like that's how some people deal with. Like, I want to see the body. Like, I want to see.
Yeah, but do I want to see the body enough
Yeah.
to face down these Nazis?
Also, part of me was kind of like low key. Like, I think he like
Wants revenge too.
wants revenge
Yeah,
too. You know.
I think that there is part of that there. I mean, he does like at the end of the day raise his gun at the end.
Yeah. But it is really like the very last moment where we get that thing where he's like, I don't like, oh, so we're doing this now, or what? He says something like that.
Yeah, and she's like, "What do you think we were doing out
Yeah.
here?"
But yeah, they slowly walk up on Clark with his dog, and there's some dude at the band, and they're like rifling through the band's van.
Yeah, I was glad to recognize this little asshole because this is the one who killed Reese when he jumped out the window.
Yeah.
And he was like smiling like a fucking evil
Yeah,
monster.
because like Gabe tells him, okay, slow down, dude. Like, you know.
So I was glad to see him get his comeuppance.
Yeah, and he asked the question, do you think they'd leave the engine on? Great little callback to the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
So Amber makes Clark tie up his dog. And then Pat gets the other guy to toss his gun.
And I like that Pat's like, we wouldn't have done it like this.
Yeah, because they walk up the path to Darcy, staging the whole
right.
siphoning of the gas, and he sees the bodies. Because as they're walking up, we get the shot of Reese's face like on the ground.
Right.
Because I think they haven't dragged his body all the way up, or maybe it's just like a quick insert shot. But anyway, then we see Sam. Well, they lead them up the driveway, and we see Sam and Tiger's bodies out there as well. And yeah, I love the way he starts to like, they're making it our fault. Like, he just sounds so heartbroken too, you know?
Yeah, just like, I didn't believe you guys could be more evil kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that line though. Looks fishy to me. The cloth is to make a seal. I wouldn't do it like that. And then Amber fucking shoots Clark. I think he like goes to like do something.
No, is it? Yeah, I can't remember because how many people are there left? How many Nazis are left at this point?
3. Darcy, Clark, and guy who killed Reese.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
So yeah, she shoots Clark, and then you see Gabe, a shot of Gabe hearing it from far away. And then Pat says something, yeah, like, you know, I didn't know we were doing that, and like you said, Amber's like, what did you think we were going to do here? And then Darcy turns around to start walking away.
Yeah, well, first he says, I love this line. He says, "You were so scary at night."
Yeah.
Love that. Because that's such a good confrontation of evil, right?
Yeah, it's so good. You were so scary last night. It's so good, man. And yeah, him just like realizing like, I have power over you now. But yeah, he like pulls out a gun and tries to like shoot at them.
One of my like most memorable villain exits of any movie where he's just like, one last Hail Mary, I'm just gonna walk away and conceal like my actions, and I mean, it obviously immediately
instead of
falls
just pulling
apart.
the gun in front of them, you know?
Yeah, it's just it's a really calculated, smart.
Well, and he knows the guy's
move.
gonna jump in front, like try to run interference with him for him, which is what he does do. But fucking. You see, Darcy's pulling out the gun like we said, but Amber shoots the one dude who tries to block the way, and then they shoot Darcy from afar. Darcy gets turned around and then like tries to shoot at them.
Gets one shot
and
off.
Misses, and then fucking Pat just shoots him in the head, and like blood just like.
Yeah, pretty visceral.
Oh yeah, that was
and I wrote here, "Get fucked, Darcy."
Yeah, get fucked, Darcy.
You Nazi scum, but thank you, Sir Patrick Stewart. That was
thank you so much, Sir Patrick Stewart. We see a shot of Gabe walking out on the road telling someone, "We need the police."
Yeah.
And then we have this shot that I was talking about earlier where we see
Worm.
Yeah, well, we see the cow catcher guy with a needle in his fucking arm, and then Worm is eating some soup, still alive, watching the TV.
He's looking rough though. He's
like sweating.
He's like shaking too. I think he's like eating
heavily
cereal.
Sweating.
Yeah.
I think he's eating soup.
Okay. Yeah.
I like soup.
Is cereal soup?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so, personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's just a funny hypothetical.
No. I know. I mean, like, I don't think burger is sandwich either, really.
Yeah, me neither.
Hot dog not a sandwich either.
Let us know your hot takes in the comments.
Yeah, I know. It's fun to play these games. Like, and maybe in the past I have said stuff like that. I do like ketchup is a smoothie, technically, because it's blended fruit.
And yeah, we get a Tad vacuuming, kind of a random insert.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what to make of that.
Mm.
It felt like just kind of a send off.
And you can well, he's listening to the interview of them, and they're all dead.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that detail.
Yeah, it's good. I do
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
And then we see the dog walks
Oh.
back up on Pat and Amber, and they point their guns and they start shooting immediately, but they have no bullets, but just walks by and lays down next to Clark. Again, a really beautiful little image, right?
Yeah,
And
and
also-
it really made me sad.
It is really sad. It's so, and like also the aspect of like, what a like, this person abused you, and like you still like it was also the only thing that ever showed you
Ugh.
anything that you could consider to be like love, I
Yeah.
guess.
This movie's really good, but it is a bummer.
Yeah, real bummer. And then we
That's
get
like-
the I know what it is. What is? My desert island band. Tell somebody who gives a shit. Good shit, dude.
And a movie.
Yeah, cut to credits immediately. Yeah, I guess it's been implied that it was Creedence Clearwater Revival was his desert island band.
So funny.
Yeah, pretty funny.
You
Pretty
put so much work into thinking what all these people's favorite bands are and stuff.
Yeah. I read a nice little review on this movie, and this guy Petr Navavi, I can't remember the name of the website I saw it on. I should actually shout it out if I'm gonna say it. It was Pajiba.com. This and it was really cool. But this guy Petr Navavi, he said on Green Room, he said, it understood better then than what some do now. You can't bargain with fascism. You can't compromise with people who want to see you destroyed. A lot of people would do well to heed its message. And I thought that
Damn.
was really fucking good.
Yeah, that's great. Because I was thinking about like what are the deeper themes of this movie? Because it's such a like butt clencher, edge of your seat movie that it's like, I feel like you really have to think about it in hindsight. Like, what are the deeper themes going on here? In survival, obviously, like the metamorphosis.
Well, there's the DIY versus the cold calculated machine. It's like
Yeah.
these punk rock aesthetic versus
Right.
like this like
cold-blooded killing machine.
yeah, exactly. I think that's a cool aspect of it as well. And like like they're underdogs, and
Yeah.
they're able to make it through by kind of taking it on their own terms
And
in
like
a way.
tenacity. Like, I mean, it goes back to the Rick Silva story.
Yeah.
That's really kind of the core of the theme, I think, right? Is like we may be outnumbered, they may be more planned, coordinated, but like we still have the element of surprise.
Yeah, I think it's also like we want to, in this situation that's so alien to us, lean away from who we are and try to be more like our enemy. But like you're a performer, perform, right?
Yeah.
Like take on the role of this.
Yeah.
And that's like kind of what Rick Silva does, right? He
Yeah.
like doesn't, instead of trying to be like them, he does the unexpected. He's
Yeah.
like, because they're obviously like this kind of like quirky group of like artsy friends, like just be yourself, be spontaneous. But I guess at the same time, what's interesting is that that's what gets Tiger and Reese killed, right?
Right.
So yeah, I don't know, it's interesting. Maybe it is the fact that more like Pat thinks things through.
But then he had to let go of that.
Yeah, he did. It is very interesting.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, no,
like
it's a thinker.
It is a thinker.
It can also not be, right? It can just be like this
Yeah.
cold sweat, like intense watch, that has a lot of clever writing. But I do think there's some messages in there.
Yeah. This movie, so like Saulnier has spoken openly about how he was pretty like terrified of the success of Blue Ruin. And he got offered a bunch of like a bunch of projects, and he really, really, really wanted to like make this. And he said he apparently said he thought that if he didn't fast track this movie before he was discovered to be a fraud, it would never happen.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
I should watch his other movies because, I mean, he's 2 for 2 for me so far with Blue Ruin and Green Room. But yeah, I don't think his other ones are as well received. But I love this movie. It's like I said, maybe the most intense movie I've ever seen in terms of just every time I watch it, I'm covered in sweat. I remember I saw a little interview with Patrick Stewart, and he said when he got the script for it, he was so like unsettled by the script that he like stopped like partway through,
Yeah.
grabbed himself a glass of scotch or something, and then turned on like the floodlights on his
He locked up his
property.
house and turned on the security system.
Love that. Um, yeah,
And that's when he realized he wanted to play the role because of how terrifying it
Yeah.
was just reading about Darcy.
I think this movie is extremely effective. I have my nitpicks here and there. I don't think it quite gets S tier, like especially since I'm like struggling to really understand deeper themes and stuff. But like
S tier sort of trapped horror movie, I would say.
S tier trapped, yeah, this might be like the most effective horror trapped movie you could like do. Basically, it's really really good, really strong. But yeah, A tier for me, strong A tier.
Yeah, I would agree. I think A tier as well. I really love all the relatable parts of it as well.
Yeah, and just again, the character writing is so good
Yeah.
and natural.
I think that like I think maybe if I reflect on it further and think about it more, maybe I'll bump it up to an S tier because of that one quote that I said before, that it is really like you can't bargain with fascism.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah. yeah, it's good stuff.
It is good stuff. I liked it a lot. Yeah. Yo, really quickly, we recorded our last episode right before the Super Bowl, and we fucking won that shit.
Hell yeah, go Seahawks. That
Go
was awesome.
fucking Hawks.
That was
I knew
satisfying.
they were gonna fucking win. Look, if we have any listeners who are Patriots fans, we love you, but you
Get fucked.
Yeah, get fucked. You've won enough Super Bowls. Yeah, it's very exciting to be in a city when they win a big sporting event.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
mean, it's only the second time the Seahawks have won, so
Yeah,
awesome.
I remember last time too. That was sick, dude. 12 years ago, dude.
yeah, and we almost had a third time, except for you damn Patriots.
Yeah. I even remember back in like 2006, I think, when they went to the Super Bowl against the Steelers.
Yeah. That was heartbreaking. That was the year I was the most into football. Like even before they were doing well, I was like, I'm just gonna get into football this year, and then just got crushed during the Super Bowl. Yeah,
That's
so
sad,
sad.
dude.
Yeah.
Well, exciting things on the horizon. Also today's February 10th, the day that we're recording. This is the 20th anniversary of the first time I ever smoked pot.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks, dude. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Longest standing relationship.
Love that. Love that for you.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that was just a fun little fact. We've got a movie we're gonna do next week.
Yeah. Is it Exterminating Angel or Extermination Angel?
The Exterminating Angel.
Cool. I have no idea what this is.
A film by Luis Buñuel.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, no, it's sick. It's from 1962. It is fucking sick. It's
What's the genre?
So Luis Buñuel is most known for being a member of the surrealism movement.
Okay.
He's friends with like Dali and shit, you know.
Right.
So I would say, yeah.
Okay, expect the weird.
Surrealism, dark comedy.
Cool.
You know,
I'm excited.
it's gonna be in Spanish.
Okay, I can handle that.
It's gonna be awesome, dude. You're gonna love it.
I'm looking forward to it.
We're gonna have a great fucking time.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah. I'll wrangle up some comments and see if there's anything out there, you know, we can discuss maybe at the end of that episode. But for now, that's all we got.
That's all we got, baby.
I think we did it.
Yeah.
We talked about the movie. We talked about the themes.
Mm-hmm.
We said what movie we're doing next week.
Yeah.
We said the category. We said our names.
We did.
We bantered.
We sure did, Alfredo.
We made a couple funnies.
There's some in there.
There's some funnies in there. But yeah, love each other.
Call your mom.
Yeah.
Maybe learn some jujitsu in case you're ever trapped by Nazis.
Maybe learn a little Spanish to watch a little surrealist film.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah. Increase the peace.
That's right.
That's what he says, right? In Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, I think that's the final line.
Increase the peace. That's one of the new tenants, dude. Cinema forecast. Increase the peace.
Not bad. Not bad.
That's pretty good. Yeah. And I guess yeah. Fuck.
We'll see you in the forecast.
Cast.
Nazi punks, fuck off.
Nazi punks, fuck off. Do you think we just lost all our Nazi fans, dude?